Namaste, Capricorn, and happy birthday. This is going to be a yearly forecast, but the sun just entered your sign yesterday, the 21st. A lot of things happened on the 21st. The winter solstice, sun entered your sign, Mercury entered your sign, your ruler and the planet Jupiter had a major conjunction like they haven't had in 800 years. It was a pretty exciting day. I posted a picture of, it wasn't a very professional one, it wasn't a good one necessarily, but I did, get a shot and post a picture on my page of what the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction looked like, and like to form what they were calling the Christmas star, the Star of Bethlehem. So that was nice. It was exciting. These are backed by demand. This is my yearly forecast. And those of you who've been with the channel for a while, you know that I typically use what I call my hashtag creepy deck for this spread, and I don't know where they are. So I do apologize for that. It's so bizarre because I keep my cards in a drawer and they're pretty organized. Like other areas of my life could be in chaos, but that drawer is pretty organized. It's just boxes of tarot cards and oracle decks. And I pulled the box right out and the book's in there, but the cards aren't in there. Isn't that weird? So what I'm doing has been working out probably better though. So to be honest, I have the major arcana cards from two decks here. And then I have, for clarifications, the minor arcana cards from those decks. And when I do a clarification, what I've just been doing is pulling the next upright card. So that would be like this one in this case. But, if I came across one like this, I'd just keep pulling until I found an upright one. So for you, we're beginning with major arcana card 0, the Fool. You're starting a new adventure, run free and take a leap of faith. And the next card is the Sun. It's in reverse, but that's an awesome card. It does represent the sign of Sagittarius and the planet Jupiter, again, with which your ruler just had a conjunction. I'm going to throw this in here since we looked at that one. And shuffle these in front of you. Look, it's another dreamer, another fool. I open right to another fool. That's why I like to use more than one. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams because that leads to unexpected opportunities. Dreamer, Hermit, Magician, Manifestation, Emperor, Empress, back to back, Marriage, Anniversaries, Emperor again. I think on this note, I'm going to just go ahead and stop here and then cut. It was Emperor, Empress, Emperor, back to back. And the Lovers just flipped over. As did the Wheel. Very nice. You know what this is? Gemini and Sagittarius, the North and South Node. How cool is that? Also, as I mentioned, Mercury, Gemini's ruler, entered Capricorn, where Jupiter was also in conjunction. It's like the three of them there. In addition to that, you got this wheel here. This card, or the planet Jupiter, are also connected to the fixed signs. So not just representative of Sagittarius, but also Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. A time of positive change. The situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. I'll throw that there. And then the Lovers, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. We'll put that there. Bottom. And that makes your new overall energy Justice. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Represents the sign of Libra most directly. And behind it is Virgo, the sign that precedes Libra. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. And this can be, just that, like looking for some sort of clarity or helping somebody else to gain clarity or information. Sometimes the Hermit for me is a lawyer. So with Justice, this could definitely be some sort of legal proceedings or something, I would say, in your favor. He's also sometimes a professor, so it could be learning Somebody may go to law school, maybe decide to go to law school or get involved in some sort of other legal profession, whether it is, policing or something like that too is possible. This is your overall energy though. So I'm going to go around the table and make 3 piles of 4 cards each, for one for each month, for your general energy. And then I'm going to go around again. And that's the second time is going to be your love for the year. I still haven't figured out how or why I started facing the cards this way instead of this way where they'd all fit. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. Oh, I didn't go around the second time. Sorry. Here we go. You got 2 here for what month is that? October. And love. Maybe that's connected to the Libra too. Maybe a Libra is significant in terms of your partnership. General energy for January. Speaking of partnership, Major Arcana card 5, the Hierophant. Traditional viewpoints or methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. It could be that. Hierophant also about like higher institutions. Again, somebody could be going to school, contracts, commitments, relationships up to and including marriage. And for me also making adjustments to the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves, because it's a very spiritual card, and to me it's an indication that we've grown spiritually and maybe outgrown some of those people, places, and things, again, with which we used to surround ourselves, even like family members sometimes, and we have to not necessarily cut people off completely, but we may change the dynamic of our relationships. And speaking of relationships, in love and relationship, you do have Major Arcana card 10, yet again, the wheel, which does, again, represent the planet Jupiter and the sign of Scorpio, which it rules. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So that is in love and relationship. Coupled with the Hierophant, somebody could be getting engaged, or maybe you're starting some sort of new path together right away, right off the bat, in the month of January. It's a positive thing. It's a sudden move forward in a positive way with an overall energy of justice. So something going for you, again, possibly legal. That also maybe with the Hierophant is about some sort of contract or something. And maybe unexpectedly even. February. General energy. The moon. Important psychic insights. Events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. So with the moon, it represents the sign of Pisces, and it is about paying attention to your intuition and following it without fear, which this card can represent, the devil. Despite, being unclear of what's ahead. Sometimes like when we don't know what's ahead, what's in the future, behind the door, we're afraid to make a move toward it. And this is saying that if your instincts, intuition, whatever guides you toward that door, then go ahead and tells you to go through it, and you go ahead and go through it without this fear. Now that we've seen this, could be particularly true about your love and relationship. The Major Arcana card 15, the devil, does represent the sign of Capricorn. So this is your energy. And it may be as simple as that. It may not be any fear attached. But, for some of you, I'd say there probably is, since we do have the moon here. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus on material wealth and break free of negative thinking. So if this isn't representative of your sign, and it is representative of a restrictive energy, like that which the devil represents, then it doesn't necessarily mean breakup, but it does mean that a conversation needs to be had. So maybe it's a good thing for you that Mercury is there, although I think by then Mercury will have left. I believe that transit is through January 8th, if I remember correctly. As a matter of fact, I think Mercury will be retrograde by then. I think it goes retrograde on January 30th. So this will be one of the cards, or the first card for which we'll pull the clarifier. So again, your overall energy here is the Four of Cups. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. What's behind that? It's the Page of Swords, so maybe Mercury in reverse. Could be about some sort of delay or hang up involving communication, and that could be tied to Mercury retrograde. But we're going to pull what is the next card in clarification of this. I just pre-shuffled these before I started the reading in the interest of time, and something very close to Capricorn's heart. It's a card that's, for me, represents a worker energy, and it's about abundance that's earned, like through your work, whether it's work in terms of labor or work in terms of, good works, and it usually is labor. Your most satisfying and profitable career, or relationship in this case, or both combinations of those, comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your true talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. So it's guiding you to not be afraid of something that's going on in a relationship. Also, when the Three of Pentacles shows up for love and relationship, it means that the relationship may not immediately pop off. This could be one that takes some time to develop. Threes can be about patience, and it's not for you to become afraid. So that may be another message from the devil or from the moon, or both, saying this is not for you to become afraid just because it seems like the relationship isn't speeding down, the runway. This is one where there is mutual respect, adoration, attraction. And, it's like, you check off all the boxes for me. Oh, yeah, you check all the boxes for me, too. You may not say that to each other, but that's what the Three of Pentacles represents. I'm going to be greedy. Sometimes I'm greedy. I pull another one. And this is your overall energy, too, the Four of Cups. It's saying, you don't want to miss out on an opportunity that is here. So, again, just because it's not the relationship doesn't necessarily pop off immediately, it doesn't mean not to pursue it. Or if it pops off at work, and maybe you have a thing where you're against dealing with people at your job. I mean, I did my whole work career, too, up until the very last minute. Maybe you have that, and it's for you to search your heart, and follow your instincts and your intuition, and let it guide you toward what it is. Could be involving a boss or something. Maybe that's why the Emperor kept showing up so many times. But this is warning you of missing an opportunity, saying at least investigate it, check into it. For those who are single, it could be about meeting somebody, possibly at or through work as well. March, general energy. The High Priestess. This is the time to pause and to reflect, not to take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts, as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. So the High Priestess is another one similar to the moon. They really guides us to pay attention to our instincts, our intuition, any gut feelings. What does your heart say? What information do you have? And then you review it all, take it all into consideration, and make what you decide. Remember, it's up to you. With that Three of Pentacles, it's what's best for you, what you want, what's in your heart to do. Yes, apply that yet again. And with this in mind, with taking all this stuff in mind, what does my heart say? What is, what's logical? And you make the best choice for you with the High Priestess. And you might not want to tell anybody what that best choice, what that decision is, until you've already put it in motion or implemented it, so that nobody can put negative energy towards it and mess it up. High Priestess represents the sign of Gemini. And love and relationship, something coming to a complete end doesn't necessarily mean the relationship again, but some sort of energy, negative emotions maybe, you're finally letting them go, or, a living condition, some sort of circumstance, situation that you were dealing with, a relationship, a job, something coming to a complete end, or a dynamic in a relationship, the way that you do a certain thing, a phase, And it's just never going to exist that way again. And now you're being eased out of that to a better situation. It's the next step, it's the next phase. And this too is another 3 that may require some patience before you get to that next phase. But the universe working with you to help to move you towards something else. April, general energy. It is another 3, major arcana card, awakening, which is 12, the Hanged Man. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. The Hangman is also represents the sign of Pisces, like the moon. And this too is a very spiritual card, like the High Priestess, like the moon. It seems like you guys may be going through that sort of phase. And over here, it may have had to do with Pisces, because this was February, and February 19th is when the sun enters Pisces, or when Pisces season begins. So this would have been Pisces, and this would have been Pisces, and maybe that's why those are so spiritual. And now we've moved into April, and it seems like something is still following you. The Hangman is a card of letting go, similar to what I said about the world. The world is more so like the universe helping you to get out of these things. And then this is you consciously deciding that you're done with, again, a phase, a dynamic of a relationship, a whole relationship, some negative emotion or something you've been harboring, holding on to, you're letting it go. And it may again have to do with the fact that you're growing spiritually. And so you just don't have room, in your sphere of energy, in your cipher for these things. They just take up space and change the whole mood. Let it go. Let it go. It's like it's getting in the way of your expansion, and it's another wheel for you. So I love this because we started this quarter of the year with the wheel, and we're ending on the wheel in the same position. Love and relationship, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward, and fortune is on your side. So even if there is something going on, whether you're single or coupled, unmarried or married, in either case, maybe there's something going on in the relationship, dynamics shifting and moving about. We start out the beginning of the year with a positive energy helping us to move forward. We complete some sort of karmic situations here. There's karmic completion here, particularly with the world. And then there is, it seems like a new beginning. Now we're thrust into a new positive energy. So here we are in May, general energy. And it's the star. Major Arcana card 17, the star, represents the sign of Aquarius most directly, is about communication, manifestation, prayers being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true. Really awesome card. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. And love and relationship is... This is funny for me because it's Temperance, which represents the sign of Sagittarius. Again, you guys got a lot of Sagittarius energy going on here. But for me, it's also Aquarius. There's always, in this card, not so much, but there's almost always a water bearer on the front of a Temperance card. This time we just have a zebra stepping in water, but he doesn't have any vessels. He's not handing water off to anybody. I guess he can't, right? By merging varying points of view, you can now generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. So this zebra, you see how he's got the black and the white to come together in a harmonious way. And that's what the card is about. It is about, you're white, I'm black, or I'm white and you're black, and we can figure out how to somehow harmonious come together, whether it's because we're striped now, we decide to be striped, we decide to be gray, we decide to be polka dotted, whatever the case, we make it work. Checkerboard, we make it work. We're looking past those differences, and you'll remain black and I'll remain white, and it just doesn't matter. And we figured out how and why it doesn't matter, and how we can still handle our business, and that's what we're going to do. It's also a card of healing and holding for me, and the star can be a very healing card too, and with them together it's particularly so. In relationships, this can be about balance, just like it says at the top of the card, and a feeling of one partner or the other or both about each other that they are giving more than the other person is. And how can we come to a place where we, again, are more harmonious, and it just flows better? We're both giving and receiving. Neither is doing, one or the other only. And neither feels as if there's an inequity in the relationship. So if you are feeling that way, it's about having a conversation and working that out. General energy for June. And it's another dreamer, another fool, a leap of faith. Follow your dreams, at least to unexpected opportunity. So some brand new opportunity, path, experience comes our way. And in love and relationship, we're leaving one alone. That doesn't necessarily mean a relationship, the whole relationship, but it could. It doesn't have to. It doesn't necessarily have to, but it could. Again, death showing up in your love and relationship is about a conversation. Could be death to an aspect of the relationship. There's something that we're going to cease to do as a couple. We're never revisiting this again. Represents the sign of Scorpio most directly. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. I was going to say one thing that death does. It's one of my favorite cards because it gives way for the new stuff. And then here's the new stuff, right? This dreamer. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. July. General energy is another world. Isn't that funny how it fell right underneath this world? Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you've set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons that life offered you with grace and courage. So again, something is coming to an end. Something's come full circle. A cycle has completed. And the universe helping you out, easing you out. So again, maybe a little bit more patience, moving into yet another phase. But in love and relationship, major arcana card 19, the sun, your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. Well, that all sounds awesome. And this is another card that represents the sign of Sagittarius. And for me, the world feels like fire too. Don't ask. Yeah, just the card feels like fire. I haven't attributed it to one sign or another. It's just fire, element of fire. Well, Sagittarius is fire as well. And the actual sun, Earth sun, rules the sign of Leo. So there's more fire there potentially for somebody. Well, and this is Leo season, July, that we're in. Well, the sun specific to love and relationship is actually about the need for a break. One partner could need a break from the other partner, could need a break period. And even if they need a break from the other partner, it usually has nothing to do with the other partner. It's because this person just needs to be by themselves for a moment. They're going through something or they're exhausted. They need some space. We're all human. We all do that sometimes. We all need that sometimes. Or the couple may need a break together from the world, or a literal break in terms of a vacation, maybe somewhere sunny. Maybe finally by then, the pandemic will be somewhat under control around the world and people will be able or feel comfortable vacationing, or maybe it's some sort of staycation, your own home. You're going to turn off the TVs and take the phone off the hook or whatever and have some sort of staycation, just you and your partner. But this involves a break. August, more Leo season, moving into Virgo, is major arcana card 4. The Emperor is back. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. So in a general sense, this card is about leadership, that control, taking back control of one's life, or you being in control of your own life and leading the situation, taking the bull by the horns, as they say. This can be about being a boss, someone in some sort of supervisory capacity, managerial capacity, a father figure, and authority. For me, it's also large corporations, government agencies, coming into contact with that. In your love and relationship, you have another balance. So, wow, just like with the world. With the world, we started the quarter with the wheel. I'm sorry, not with the world. With the first quarter, we started with the wheel. We ended with the wheel. The second quarter, we started with balance or temperance. we end it with balance, temperance. Isn't that interesting? This one does have a water bearer on the front of it, by the way. So again, temperance represents the sign of Sagittarius, and it is about that balance in when it comes up in love and relationship, like this one has, and this one has. It is about balance there, and maybe like a bit of a power struggle between the two, and who's doing more. I'm giving 300%, you giving 0, or feeling that way, and maybe not necessarily sharing it, and the need to share it so that you can correct it. September, general energy. Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot, an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, and public recognition. Chariot represents the sign of Cancer most directly. It is a card of victory, success, recognition. You've done well. Good things are happening. It's a card of movement, moving, travel, vacations, modes of transportation, planes, trains, automobiles, all kinds of good things. And in your love and relationship, you have the star right underneath the other star. You guys in these repeats, you are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. Coming home to roost. And the Chariot can be about moving. This can be about cohabitation, since this is love and relationship. Moving in together, or moving or traveling to visit the other person. Going on vacation together. All kinds of just wonderful things. It's positive. Okay, this is the relationship moving forward. Again, the star represents the sign of Aquarius, and is about communication, and it is also about prayers being answered, dreams coming true, and wishes being granted. Basically manifestation, successful or victorious manifestation. There was something I wanted to, I did. I was going to say there was something before I wanted to pull an extra card for. Did I? Yes, I did. Right there. I know I'm a little bit random. I'm a Gemini. You have to pardon me. General energy for October, and this is that month that you got the 2 cards. Wow. Well, the general energy is Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers, which is the card that jumped up, and flipped itself over before. Intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. Well, in the position of general energy like this, it can be about carefully weighing your decisions if it's not about true love we've encountered. And for me, it tends to be about a heart versus head decision. So Geminis and the energy of Mercury, it's all about logic, right? Logic, communication, thinking, thinking things through, no emotions. And so this is like, it turns that on its head, the way that I pick up the card. And it's saying, this is a heart versus head. Your logic is telling you one thing, and that's probably not the right answer. Follow your heart. If your heart's telling you something different, go with that. And I'm a Gemini saying that, of course, everybody's going to do what they please, and you're going to choose what's best for you. But I tend to, when I pull this card, I tend to feel that it's the heart that we're meant to follow. And in your love and relationship, you got a little bit more Gemini energy here with Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. So again, more manifestation and the ability to bring, those kind of healthy relationships toward yourself, those type of real love relationships that the Lovers represents toward yourself, which is awesome. And it's here coupled with Major Arcana card Renewal or Judgment. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. So, Judgment is a card that is about abundance that is earned for me. And then this is manifestation. So it's like drawing toward you what you deserve. In this case, in the position of relationships. Could be about a second time around, a second chance, maybe an ex returning or a second opportunity to make a relationship work. Or to try again, meeting somebody. Oh, our first meeting didn't go so well. When I'm not going to judge by the first impression. Let's go out again. And there's a second chance, something like that. This can also be about other sorts of abundance coming your way as a couple or as a single person. But it's things that you deserve and in the area that's going to help you in the area of love. Improve that area of love and relationship. November. General energy. It is another Judgment sitting next to you guys. This is like a match game. Like put the 2 cards together. Those games you play when you're a kid You gotta flip over the card. Where's the other one? It's here. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment. That means just like let it go without saying, well, I still blame you, or I still feel guilty. Like leave that part alone and just forgive, like without that. Forgive what has been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come. So the only difference is the judgment next to it is in your position of love and relationship. This judgment is in your general energy. So again, it's about abundance that is earned. This could be at your job, promotions, raises, bonuses, you starting your own company. Doesn't have to be money. It could still be in relationship. It could still have something to do with a second chance or a second time around in some area of your life. It could be about an actual judgment in your favor, like a legal judgment, something going on like that. It's just a positive card. And in love and relationship, guess what's here? Major Arcana card 0, the Fool. So it's like what you deserve, a healthy relationship to start out with, like you deserve a brand new path in love and relationship is kind of what this is saying. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. And rounding out the year, general energy for December, Major Arcana card Strength, which represents the sign of Leo and is one of the best cards in the deck. Because Strength, no matter what area of your life you pull it out, you pull it for, it's a positive card. So like in the general energy, it's about you having the ability, the strength, right? The fearlessness, the courage to face any and everything that comes your way. In, finances, it's like your account being strong enough to support you, right? It's secure enough to support you. You might not be overflowing necessarily, but you're doing all right. There was this song by Peter Guns when he was in the group, Deja Vu. It was him and this other dude. I forget the other guy's name, but Peter had this. I'm from Soundview too, originally, same area as on my father's side. Now I was born out there. Anyway, he had this line in his song, "I'm not filthy rich, but bitch, I'm barely broke." It's like that. It's you doing okay. You're doing okay. Your account can support you. Your life can sustain itself, or you can sustain yourself. And in relationships, it's we can sustain and we can support each other. Like I got you and you got me. So it's a positive card in any and every area, was the point I was trying to make. And it shows up here in your general energy. And love and relationship, you have yet another Chariot. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards. Remember I said this is justice, that you abundance that you deserve, that you've earned when judgment shows up. And now it's saying here too, you've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. So that's your first message about Chariot. But in traditional tarot practice, very specific to the Chariot in love and relationship, it is about maybe one person going a little bit faster and harder than the other. Like you might not be at the same pace in your relationship. And that too warrants a conversation, but it's not horrible. On another note, if it's not based on the traditional tarot practice, again, this is a card of movement, moving. This can be move in with me. This can be cohabitation. This can be we'll support each other, or move away with me, or travel with me. Take a ride. I hope you guys have enjoyed your reading. And that you enjoy your year. I thank you for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. I try to answer all the comments that I get. And when subscribing, please hit both the subscribe button and the bell button so that hopefully you'll receive your notifications when I put up a new video. And happy birthday. Enjoy. Namaste.